The nebula's edge was the kind of establishment where species from across the galaxy came to forget their troubles. Bioluminescent cocktails glowed on crystalline tables while the air hummed with a dozen different languages, none of them human. Autumn pushed through the entrance, her worn leather jacket drawing immediate stares from the assembled aliens. The bartender, a gelatinous Vexcary with 3 optical stalks, froze mid-pour as she approached the counter. "Water," Autumn said, her voice carrying the distinctive rasp of someone who'd breathed too much recycled air. "Cold, if you have it." The Vexcary's translucent body rippled with what might have been fear. You're from Earth." It wasn't a question. Every species in the known galaxy recognized the survivors of humanity's death world by now. The planet classified as extinction level, maximum, by the Galactic Council. The world where 90% of indigenous life forms were actively trying to kill everything else. That a problem? Autumn asked, settling onto a stool that groaned under what the aliens would consider impossible gravitational conditioning. Before the bartender could respond, a massive Krell warrior, 8 feet of chitinous armor and battle scars, slammed a clawed appendage on the bar beside her. "This seat's taken, human." Autumn didn't flinch. She'd faced Australian wildlife. This oversized beetle didn't rate. "Funny," she said, taking a sip of the water that had finally arrived. "I don't see your name on it." The Krell's mandibles clicked with aggression. Around them, the bar fell silent. Krell were apex warriors, conquerors of 17 systems, feared across the outer rim. Humans were, well, humans were the galaxy's newest curiosity. Terrifying, yes, but still largely unknown. "You dare." Autumn's hand moved faster than the Krell's neural system could process. One moment, her water glass was on the bar. The next, she'd caught the warrior's descending claw mid-strike, stopping 200 pounds of armored fury with nothing but bone and muscle conditioned by Earth's brutal 1G gravity. "I dare," she said calmly. That's when Colton walked in. If Autumn had drawn stares, Colton commanded absolute attention. He was leaner, his movements carrying the fluid grace of a persistence hunter, another terrifying human trait that had spread through galactic databases like a virus. Where Autumn was direct force, Colton was coiled potential energy. "Autumn," he said, his eyes scanning the room with the practiced ease of someone used to multiple threat vectors. "Making friends again?" She released the Krell's claw, and the warrior stumbled backward, optical organs wide with something the translator struggled to identify. "Respect? Terror? Both." "You know me," Autumn replied, finishing her water. "Social butterfly." Colton joined her at the bar, and now 2 humans occupied space in the nebula's edge. The bartender's stalks swiveled between them nervously. "We're looking for passage to the Centauri station," Colton said. "Heard someone here might be running cargo that direction." A 4-armed Talesian merchant in the corner booth chittered anxiously. "No one transports humans. Too dangerous. The insurance alone. We'll pay double." Autumn interrupted. "Triple wouldn't matter if you kill everyone aboard during a misunderstanding," the merchant shot back. "Your species thinks a minor injury is losing a limb. Your children play with animals that could slaughter a Krell battalion." Colton leaned back, a slight smile playing at his lips. "You've been reading the reports." "Everyone's read the reports," a small Piscian squeaked from near the ceiling fixtures. "Your world has spiders the size of plates. Water that falls from the sky hard enough to kill. Plants that burn skin on contact. And you evolved there. Thrived there." Autumn corrected. "There's a difference." The Krell warrior, still nursing his pride in his claw, spoke up. "The human speaks truth. I've seen their world's data files. Survival rate for galactic species, less than 3%. For humans." He paused, mandibles clicking with reluctant admiration. 97% make it to reproductive age. That's actually improved recently, Colton noted. Modern medicine and all. Silence descended again, heavier this time. These aliens were warriors, merchants, explorers, beings who'd crossed the stars and faced the void's dangers. But Earth? Earth was something else entirely. A voice emerged from the shadows of a corner booth, smooth, calculated, belonging to a species Autumn didn't immediately recognize. "I'll take you to Centauri. Standard rates, no markup." ASHERE stepped into the light, their chromatic skin shifting through a spectrum of colors that indicated deep thought. But I have questions. Doesn't everyone? Autumn muttered. The SHERE ignored her tone. Your species discovered faster than light travel only 15 cycles ago. You had barely left your own moon when the Council made first contact. Yet here you are, spreading across our territories, taking contracts that kill experienced operatives, surviving environments that liquefy most organic matter. Their colors shifted to deep purple, curiosity mixed with concern. Why? What drives you? Colton and Autumn exchanged glances. How could they explain it? How could they make these beings understand that Earth hadn't just been their home? It had been their forge. Earth taught us one lesson, Autumn finally said, her voice quiet but carrying to every corner of the now silent bar. Adapt or die. We chose adaptation every single time. For millions of years. Colton continued the thought. You see death worlds as places to avoid. We see them as Tuesdays. You flee from challenge. We evolved from it. Were shaped by it, became it. Your galaxy, Autumn said, standing and placing payment on the bar, more than enough to cover her water and the Krell's damaged pride, is vast and wondrous. But it's also comfortable, safe, predictable. We're not, Colton finished. The SHERE's colors rippled with something that might have been understanding. Deck 7, Docking Bay 12. We leave in one standard cycle. As Autumn and Colton headed for the exit, the bar remained frozen. The Krell warrior stared at his claw, the one that had been stopped by a being a fraction of his size. The merchant recalculated insurance premiums in his head. The bartender's stalks tracked their exit with mixed reverence and relief. When the door closed behind the humans, the Piscian finally spoke into the silence. The galaxy's changing. Changed, the Krell corrected, settling back into his seat with newfound respect. It changed the moment those Death Worlders reached the stars. Outside, walking through the station's corridors toward their next departure, Autumn glanced at Colton. Think they'll ever stop being afraid of us? Colton considered the question, then smiled. Eventually, once they realize we're not here to conquer them, just to survive alongside them. Just to survive, he agreed. Like we always have. Behind them, in the nebula's edge, conversations slowly resumed. But they were different now, colored by the realization that humanity had arrived in the stars, not as conquerors or destroyers, but as something perhaps more terrifying. Survivors who refused to quit, backed by a world that had spent eons teaching them how. The galaxy would never be the same, and maybe, just maybe, that was exactly what it needed.